It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everybody, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Very happy to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith, and relatively happy to be here with Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, if tonight works out the way they hope it will and they walk out with a win, it will move them into position as the team with the 5th best record in the NBA. Well, we have a good one tonight. Two powerhouse clubs about to throw down. Kenny, how do you see this playing out?
Well, you got two teams bringing out their best in each other tonight, Ernie. So that's why this game is a must-see matchup. Tremendous individual matchups as well, and this will be a heated rivalry for years to come.
I'm seeing something in the ball.
And what ball?
The crystal ball.
Right. Not that again.
I think this could be a preview of these teams meeting in the postseason.
Wow.
Everyone in the league will also be watching.
Wow.
Shucks, Thomas.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Hand me that ball.
Can't touch it.
Hand me that ball.
Can't touch
Just
it.
hand me that ball, please.
Can't touch it.
Why?
Look,
Oh! You just dropped
don't have
the
to
ball.
worry about that shtick anymore.
Drop the ball.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Well, guys, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off a loss to the Rockets in Houston. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Well, that was an absolute beatdown. And you hope that they learn and move on from it.
Both sides will try and push it on the fast break doors to get easy scores. Talk a bit about playing fast, but also playing with efficiency.
Well, you look no further than the Golden State Warriors, who, when they are playing with pace and out in transition and the threes are flying, it's electric and, frankly, almost unstoppable. But they walk that delicate line of playing fast without turning it over. You want to give these great players freedom, but within that freedom, they've got to make sure, okay, we've got to value the basketball, and yes, we can maybe turn it over 10 times per game, but we get north of 10, 15 turnovers, and that's going to put us in a little bit of a problematic situation.
Good analysis. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Down low, it's Young and Turner. Matthews out there with Collison. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. Now here's Collison. After Ben Simmons' miss. Young. No good there. Some solid defense from Harris. Butler with the ball. Matthews covering.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The 76ers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Redick passes to Butler. Here's Simmons. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Wow, they finally get it to go down on their 4th try.
Simmons against Collison. Outside, Bogdanovich. Harris on the double team. The kick out to Collison. 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. That one doesn't go.
0 for 4. They can't buy a bucket.
Here's Simmons. Makes it off the glass.
And Simmons really using his insane athleticism on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who really carves up the defense.
Now here's Turner. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And don't make a mistake. The 3 blocks had a huge impact on the game as well. It really turned the game in their favor.
Showing off the hook shot. And it's 6 points for Ben Simmons. Here's Collison. 9 points last game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
You know, sometimes it's about gang rebounding, making sure everyone's in on the responsibility to board it. Let's see if it's more of a group effort tonight.
Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Turner.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Now here's Collison. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game.
Yeah, Miles Turner can carve space. Don't let that lean frame fool you. He can get inside and score deep.
And it...
Wow. Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
This Pacers team can be suffocating at times on the defensive end.
Well, it starts at the point of attack because this is a group that loves to pester the ball handler. How about last year, those Pacers were second in the league in turnover percentage on defense.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Of course, we know for a few chosen individuals, the best of the best, this is the last leg now in the race for the MVP.
That is correct, Kevin. There's been a narrative that's built all season. But sometimes the way you close out a season can ultimately decide the vote because it's the last thing in the minds of the voters. You've piled up your stats. You've tried to win as many games as possible. But a finishing kick is so important in this race.
And these players know it, don't they? I mean, they say, oh, I'm not paying attention to it. But really, I mean, come on. They're human. Of course they are, right?
They're paying attention. No doubt.
Here's Turner after Ben Simmons' bucket. Just 5 on the clock. Deep 2 from Collison. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Well, you've got to play up on Collison, right? Because on the catch, he's ready to shoot it.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Ahead, here's Matthews, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Clearly a foul. And Wes Matthews, that veteran wing from Marquette, has always been a strong 3-and-D player since coming into the league back in '09. year in and year out, is a great source of long-range shooting.
No good on the free throw. And with Matthews, his consistency from outside over his career, Greg, is remarkable.
You know, some guys have good years and then down years, but Matthews just seems to always be on. I mean, you can write him in for about 150 or more threes every season. To have his kind of shooting percentages on his volume for a career is really rare in the NBA.
Well, there are certain guys that you identify as the prototypical 3-and-D player, and Wesley Matthews is one of those guys. I love that he prides himself on his ability to guard elite wings and the kind of deep range he has, even in critical moments of games. This guy's a big-time guy.
Here's Collison after Ben Simmons' bucket. Fires the three. Collison, no good.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Well, for Matthews, he does most of his offensive work from outside, but Doris has more to his game than just that.
Well, I think the thing that I think of when I think of Wesley Matthews is how hard this guy works. And yes, he started as an offensive perimeter threat, but he's dedicated himself to rounding out his game, and you love that from a veteran.
They get it again. Count it.
Miles Turner is simply a workhorse. I mean, he keeps plays alive with his length and activity.
Here's Simmons. Stolen by Collison. Outside Matthews. Fires the three. And there's Darren Collison on the assist by Matthews. Collison's got 5 now.
See, Darren Collison has become such a legitimate threat from three that you have got to be excellent on your closeouts.
Harris doesn't go that time. Good defensive work there by Young. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
And it's Simmons penetrating. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Collison kicks to Turner. Bogdanovich against Butler. Bogdanovich finds Collison, and it's blocked by Simmons.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
Oh, how about the talent, the creativity? Butler with the highlight reel attack.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. No good with the triple.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And the 76ers with some changes. Mike Scott comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. Pacers trail by 7. He gets that one. Bogdanovich has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, Bogdanovich looking so comfortable close to the rim, just extends past the defense beautifully.
Good on the shot.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Redick with a double team. Indiana moving it around. And he gets the bucket. And it's 6 points for Miles Turner.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Young. Evans comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison.
You know, guys, you think about Jimmy Butler, drafted by the Chicago Bulls, and he goes from bench warmer to star. And I always had the sense that once Tom Thibodeau was no longer a part of the Chicago Bulls organization, that Jimmy Butler's days might be numbered there as well. But I think the trade ended up working for both teams.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Lets it go from 11. The second effort, and that's 2 points on the layup. Butler's got 6 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Timeout called the Pacers. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Right, there has to be some sort of consistent effort to generate quality shots. It seemed to me they thought they were going to come easily.
But I took it, they ain't give it to me. She really do it to me. God do it for me. Yeah, it really fit, it's a shooting for me. I started hooping for the Nike check. I play tennis for the Rolex. I be in Miami, never seen a beach. In the fountain blue when you saw me. She was got the. I just came to get these fits on. I'm everywhere. I just didn't get no pics on. You was there. You saw me get my. Oh, you heard about it. Bloody gossip. I had to get it poppin'. I ain't had no running game. I ain't had no option. Now I really got it.
And Indiana making a change here. McDermott's checked in. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Pacers in 5th.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
So it's the Pacers now. A 12-point game. It's good from long range.
We know this about Kyle O'Quinn. If you're open, the big man will connect with you.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Evans. He's around 10 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
Now here's Evans. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Shots good from Butler.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Evans outside. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
I'll tell you, terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
Bolden. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Pacers trail by 8. Joseph looking around. Here's O'Quinn.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Here's Scott. And too long on the shot.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time. I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Indiana's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game. McDermott passes to Evans. Poked away. Kicks it to Joseph. 6 to shoot. Launches it. Here's O'Quinn.
A nightmare quarter for this guy. Simply can't buy a bucket.
Misses from short range.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
He's got a clear path. Bolden throws down the breakaway jam.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And for Turner on the offensive end, it is all about consistency with his shot.
Right, Kevin, because with his length and athleticism, Miles Turner has proven he can be a factor on the defensive end. To me, it's about, with that face-up ability, can they count on him night after night?
And Philadelphia calls time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Over bozos, I bounce back the best, and that's no pogo. I did it all solo with the mind of a mogo. They try to throw a low blow, no. I got my guard higher like I got God higher. The start is getting brighter, hanging in like a fighter. I gotta be lighter, so I'm bobbing, weaving, ending with good night. Lost in my mind and I'm drifting.
As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Pacers. Right now, they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the 76ers. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
And right now for the 76ers, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
All free throws good from Turner. You know a skill that doesn't show up in the box score? The drawing charge calls. In your opinion, there are, I'm sure, a lot that you think are the best at it.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, sometimes this comes at a cost physically that you have to be willing to absorb. I've seen Marcus Smart take a charge from LeBron James. Ooh. That's 6'8", 250-plus pounds coming at you full speed. Kemba Walker, Draymond Green. But, Kevin, you know this. When you draw a charge, you have essentially given yourself an extra possession, and you put the opponent at a detriment because it's a foul against that player who's committed it.
Means a lot. Now here's Evans. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I spoke briefly with Nate McMillan. He said the focus defensively is going to be making things difficult inside. He wants to get them off the three-point line and make them take as many mid-range shots as possible. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Turner. Got it. Good job in the low post. Turner's got 14.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. Trailing by 13. Now here's McDermott. He's guarded closely. Got a piece of it. Butler with the steal. And up the floor again, the 76ers running the floor. It falls for his fifth field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Joseph kicks to Turner. Evans bounce pass. Turner finds Evans. It's good. He's got 5.
You can see Turner evolving as a passer. He wants to set his teammates up. That's a pretty look.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Pacers trail by 15. Butler with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Scott. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
And here's Evans outside. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. You learn about Jimmy Butler, the difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
Jimmy Butler. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Through that first one, they turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Indiana, Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Turner, and it's McDermott in at the 3, the small forward. And here are the 76ers now. After the missed 3 from Doug McDermott, and that one drops for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now here's Joseph. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game.
And watching Evans there knock down the triple has the ability to be a dangerous outside scorer when he's in rhythm.
Bolden. Pacers with the rebound.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup. I'll tell you, with that being his second foul, now you've got to be more careful. You can't give the officials any excuse to whistle him for number 3 before the end of this half.
Simmons checked in for Butler. The Pacers also with a sub. Young's checked in. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. McDermott passes to Young, and it's slammed in by Young.
Well, Doug McDermott, a high IQ basketball player, understands when his teammates are open how to find them.
Shot's good by Simmons.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
They double him with Simmons, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans.
Yeah, and checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 8th in steals, 9th in assists, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble.
Yeah, and when Simmons is driving inside, he's going to sky up for the flush, getting to the basket in no time.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Evans kicks to McDermott. To the inside. Here's Joseph. Back to McDermott. Evans feeling it out a bit. 4 on the clock. Second chance shot. Rebound by Ennis.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And the shot goes in.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And so here is Indiana. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Timeout called the Pacers. And straight isolation basketball, Doris, something we used to see a lot more of. But for a guy like James Harden or Steph Curry, that's still a very viable option.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you've got the likes of LeBron James or Kevin Durant or Chris Paul, guys who are able to create their own offense, to me, you want to take advantage of that skill set. It's about what your personnel strengths are. So can you surround a great creator with the shooters necessary? Because if you do, all of a sudden as a defense, there's a price to pay if you're going to help off, right? Because somewhere, some way, the best offensive talent is going to showcase its skill.
And the 76ers with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Scott. Harris comes in for James Ennis. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Indiana also making some changes. Bogdanovich is checked in for Doug McDermott. Matthews comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. Now here's Collison. He's got 5. Offensive rebound. O'Quinn misses from close range. The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And again, it's Ben Simmons. Simmons got 25 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here is Collison. Pass to Young. They can't stop the run with that one. For Philadelphia, they've gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Bogdanovich wide open. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Here's Simmons. And he drops it in from the low post. Simmons got 10 points now just in this quarter.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
Nailed from three-point land.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the three-point shot for some extra offense.
Well, terrific reach on the block. Thaddeus Young stretches out well for a big-time rejection.
The shot's good from O'Quinn.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Tuesday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the New York Knicks. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And looking at the Blazers matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire. And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV. Goodness. No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
What's up?
It is the truth, though. His vertical is a huge part of what makes him tough to defend at the basket.
And the free throw, no good. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Here's Collison. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, we all know that Darren Collison can shoot the basketball, but he's so adept at getting inside and taking advantage.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A., similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
And with Collison and Greg, how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Now let's take a moment to check out the stats for O'Quinn. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's averaging 7 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role. He knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
And really, Simmons makes it look so easy. The way he's attacking defenses from multiple angles is really just commendable.
Now, here's O'Quinn. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. Tries again, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Philadelphia.
And to me, throughout his career, Darren Collison has always been smart about shot selection, right? He is very choosy about when to call his own number, and that results in great shooting percentages for him year after year.
Throw good, Darren Collison. And Collison in the last few seasons has stepped up his scoring from beyond the arc.
Well, Kevin, any team would love to have a 40% shooter from distance, right? So very few guards in the NBA can say they've done it 3 straight years. Darren Collison is one of those guys.
And both free throws good for Darren Collison.
You're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Here's Simmons. Here's Johnson. And he banks in the layup.
Well, good thing he hit the weight room, because Amir Johnson exerting his strength to come up with these second chance opportunities.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, the Pacers have been a huge surprise since they traded away Paul George. Now, Coach Nate McMillan said, for us, it's about developing that culture and that identity, and we're still doing that. I think we're only starting to scratch the surface. Kevin?
No doubt, David. They've got some promising young players on that team. Thank you.
They're getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Now, here's Matthews. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. And how about now a quick check of the league's assist leaders. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. 4th, Ben Simmons.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing, guarded by Harris. Young finds Collison. And here's O'Quinn. And the wide open shot from Collison. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
he has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
For Philadelphia, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And the free throw, no good. Indiana's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting to the paint. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Collison's got 12 points now in the quarter.
What a difference in the second quarter. His shooting, much more confidence, much more accuracy.
And that one's good, Simmons.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And Matthews kicks to O'Quinn. Outside Collison. Johnson over to help. The shot's good from O'Quinn.
You know, when you have the size and the body type of Kyle O'Quinn, having a defender right on you doesn't seem to faze you one bit close to the rim.
And how about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse.
How pretty was that? Athletic basketball with a little bit of flair mixed in. Indiana's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Here's Collison. And too long on the shot.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
That one drops for him.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. And Young slams it home.
Oh, my goodness, a sensational athlete. Go ahead, Thaddeus Young.
Here's Simmons. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. O'Quinn's got his 5th rebound in this one. Matthews passes to Young. Here's O'Quinn. He kicks to Matthews. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Right side, Bogdanovich. Fires from deep. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got 5 rebounds tonight. Harris drives in. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And that's now 9 points for Tobias Harris. Outside, Bogdanovich. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
I don't think there's much more you can do. Bogdanovich is too skilled and too strong on these finishes with contact.
Yep, it counts.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Passes it to Matthews. Offline with his 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So both teams making some changes here. And so Collison will bring it up for the Pacers. Young outside. Here's Turner. And Turner throws it down.
Boy, it's really special watching Miles Turner put it all together on the offensive end. He's doing work right now.
Baseline J on the way. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist by Butler. Redick's got his 2nd bucket. Redick against Evans. Inside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Harris. Butler on the way. A baseline J. Again, Philadelphia.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Indiana's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. And that one, good. 8 points for Thaddeus Young.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Evans with it. Now guarded by Redick. Collison. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Collison's got 19 points.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And stolen by Scott. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Simmons.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
That's good from Scott Ennis. He's checked in for Philadelphia. The Pacers also with a sub. Joseph's checked in. Scott hits them both. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. They double him with Butler. Here's Joseph. Up and in. It's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Now, Corey Joseph does not lack for confidence on the interior. Don't let the size fool you. The frame, the game, it's all there.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Indiana's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And it's Evans missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Butler's got 22 points.
Well, Butler needs a lot of defensive attention when he's in the mid-range. You've got to have a body on him.
Here's Evans. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. 10 points for Tyreke Evans.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Count that one.
Over the course of time, the elevation in Jimmy Butler's game has been incredible. This guy is lethal offensively.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Evans. Floats one up. Scott pulls it in.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Basket counts. That's now 26 points for Butler.
An absolute menace in transition. Jimmy Butler puts it home.
By himself. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. 76ers ahead, running away with it. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 39 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it's Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Welcome back, everyone, to Philadelphia. There's City Hall, an amazing building. Such a great part of this historic American city. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Tobias Harris is out there with Johnson. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's McConnell in at the one spot. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Here is Collison. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Back to Collison. And stolen by Harris. And Redick, here we go. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for J.J. Redick.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D-up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And taking a look now at stats for Turner. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging 12 points, over 3.5 blocks, and 7 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
And the first one at the line is good.
To me, guys, this is an underrated player in the NBA. Darren Collison's such a strong all-around game whose teammates look to him for stability.
The 76ers making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Collison hits them both. 76ers have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Darren Collison.
And what patience from Simmons on offense. So skilled at making the D feel nervous when he has to rock.
The first free throw is good. Good on both. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. From outside, off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Simmons. And that one is good. Simmons got 43 points.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
To the middle. Here's Bogdanovich. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 6 assists now in the game.
Well, I'll tell you, the defense can't stop that. Bogdanovich with the ridiculous delivery.
And there it is for him.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
A drive by Collison. Bogdanovich from outside, off the mark. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
For Philadelphia, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line. And that one misses.
You know, Bogdanovich, a guy who has moved around a little bit the last few seasons, but you wonder, has he found a home with Indiana? This guy steps right into the wing, gives them great production from the three.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Darren Collison.
And when Simmons is taking it strong to the cup, he's looking for a foul. Love this guy's aggressive.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Simmons. Doors for Bogdanovich. Perhaps the biggest help he provided was his improved defense.
Well, let's remember this about Bogdanovich. Early in his career, it kept him off the floor. And he flat decided, I want to be in the lineup when it's closing time, and made a real commitment to being better defensively.
He doesn't get the second one. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Matthews, no one around him, connects from three-point range.
Well, you've got to love the timing on the jumper from Matthews. So efficient on those quick shots.
Another one goes. Incredible.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. In the corner, Simmons with it. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got 4 rebounds in this game. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Now, here's Redick. Thaddeus Young missing his last shot. But they get it back. Harris kicks to Redick. There's the 3. From deep three-point range, good D by Matthews. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Collison, the open look. Here's Turner, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Philadelphia 76ers. And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick-and-pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
That free throw good from Turner.
Well, the athleticism that Miles Turner brings to the center spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
The Pacers making a change here. McDermott's checked in. Both free throws good from Turner.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And it's Simmons penetrating. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 7th assist in the game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
It's taken away by Collison, and Matthews throws it down.
It is such a treat to have a point guard like Collison. He is so effective orchestrating this offense.
Simmons inside the line. Again, Philadelphia.
Boy, maybe a little bit selfish to take such a tough shot instead of passing it off. But boy, as long as it's good, he won't hear about it.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
So it's the Pacers now. Here's Collison, and Butler sends it back.
Terrific anticipation. Butler reads that play, sends it back.
Got that one up quick. 57 points for Ben Simmons.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Collison with it. He's got 21. They get the rebound. Out to the right wing. McDermott, no one around him, and the Pacers another three.
Well, we know that McDermott came into the league with a reputation as a dead-eye shooter. Get your hands up and contest, or he'll make you pay.
The 76ers have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line.
Johnson. 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one falls for Johnson.
I think the thing you like about Amir Johnson, he's extremely versatile. He's a big man with nice touch from the perimeter and a genuine tough guy.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Indiana. And Johnson drops them both. Indiana's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
On defense, the 76ers, Collison.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
Here's Butler. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And that's now 30 points for Butler.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Collison kicks to McDermott, feeds to O'Quinn, and he makes that one.
The defense has nothing for that. O'Quinn using that upper body strength to clear space to the bucket.
Here's Redick. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Back to Matthews. It's deflected and stolen by Simmons. Outside Butler. Over McDermott. Butler, no good. The Pacers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Outside Collison. McDermott for 3. Doesn't go that time. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. The 76ers making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Evans, he's checked in for the Pacers. Joseph comes in for Darren Collison. Timeout called the 76ers. And J.J. Redick, a longtime vet in the NBA, but still plays with a lot of energy.
And Redick said he feels like he's been revitalized in the last few seasons with his change of scenery, playing with more joy, and has always been explosive off the ball in his efforts to get open. You can see when he's on the floor, the whole offense seems to pick up their energy.
I play tennis for the Rolex. I be in Miami, never seen a beach. In the fountain blue when you saw me. She was I just came to get these fits up. I'm everywhere, I just didn't get no pics up. You was there, you saw me get my Oh, you heard about it. Bloody gossip. I had to get it poppin'. I ain't had no running game, I ain't had no option. Now I really got it.
James Ennis, he'll check in for J.J. Redick.
A moment here to see some stats for Tobias Harris. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. he has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
And it's Simmons penetrating. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And Simmons loves jamming it through, relentless in his attack of the cup.
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Indiana. The pass to Turner. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's Ennis. And the 76ers get it back. Good work there as it goes. Scott's got 10 points.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Evans kicks to Turner, and they pick up 2. Turner's got 7 points here in this quarter.
How about that? Running the pick and roll to perfection. Evident that Miles Turner loves these situations.
And that one's good, Simmons.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Now here's Evans. 10 points for him.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
A baseline J misses off the left iron. Indiana's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. McDermott finds Evans. His three-pointer's off the mark.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Again, what an avalanche!
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Joseph, the pass to McDermott. Back to Joseph. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Joseph's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Here's Simmons, and he converts the layup.
Really like watching Simmons go to work down low with his length and strength. There aren't many guys that can keep up with him.
Kicks it out to Evans. O'Quinn trying to free himself up, but they'll get another chance. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Joseph against Simmons. Poked loose. Up top, O'Quinn. Pass to McDermott. The 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Scott's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Here's Joseph. 76ers getting the bucket. Here's Turner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Mike Scott.
Teams value the 3 so much nowadays. Let's check out the best at it. The Pacers 4th.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw, no good. Young's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Good on the second free throw. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Bolden, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Indiana again missing. Bolden. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet. He's got 11.
And guys, it's going to take something very good from the D to stop him from that range. And that was not going to get it done.
Good chance here for Turner. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Well, Miles Turner has earned the trust of his coaches. He's got the green light in these catch and shoot opportunities.
And Butler gets it to go.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Now here's Turner. He's got 26. Then 10 for 14 with this miss. Now shooting 71% from the floor. From 6 feet, again, Philadelphia.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
To the inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Miles Turner consistently looking to shoot the basketball. He forces the defense to make an aggressive play.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
And on the season, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Pacers. And so he makes both from the line.
And he's been to the line much more here than he was in that first half. He's not playing nearly as tentatively as he was earlier.
Scott, good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Joseph kicks to Evans. Here's Turner. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. 30 points for Miles Turner.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Oh, late rotation defensively. Butler going to turn the lights out with a pretty jam.
Here's Evans. He's got 10. To the left wing. Joseph finds Turner. Shoots over Scott. Offline. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Philadelphia ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Pacers shooting 43% from the floor. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Johnson is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Boy, that's what you call timing. He doesn't have to break stride on the pass.
So it's Philadelphia now. The Pacers making the shot. And good that time.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. The shot's good from Leaf.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich, showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Bolden, and it's denied. Uncovered. That one a little long.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
It's rebounded by Indiana. Right side Holiday. From outside the arc. Leaf, no good. 76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. He gets that one.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Pacers. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. Picked away. And now Philadelphia on the break.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To the middle. Leaf, no good. 76ers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And the shot goes down.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Pacers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Sumner passes to Leaf. Unloads from 9, and he knocks down the jumper.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right. The effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
And Holiday kicks to Leaf. Inside. And Sumner gets it to go.
I know how popular threes are in the NBA, but boy, you can't do better than those quality looks in the paint.
And the shot goes in. He's got 23.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Stolen. He's got a clear path. Bolden. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Leaf. That one goes. Count it. Leaf's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Oh, my goodness. That is how to attack the rim. Don't give the defense time to react. That's beautiful.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Amir Johnson's checked in for James Ennis, and Jonathan Simmons subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
One shot, find the lanes.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Holiday finds Bogdanovich. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Milton. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 4th assist in this one.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Right. If you want to get back in the game, you simply can't afford to let long-range shooters get comfortable.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And he makes that one.
feeling it. No doubt about it, he's definitely feeling it right now, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And Holiday kicks to Bogdanovich to stop the run. The shot's good from Leaf.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Sixers dancers.
The Pacers making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. Here's Simmons. Lays it up off the glass. Indiana's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Holiday, the pass to Johnson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
Here's Simmons, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well, Jonathan Simmons becoming dependable from the mid-range. He understands when to take those shots.
Inside, and O'Quinn slams it in.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Here's Sumner. They get the rebound. Leaf. That shot off. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Yep, that one goes.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
And so Holiday will bring it up for Indiana. On the wing, Johnson shoots from the baseline. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Assist from
Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You're starting to see Jonathan Simmons put it all together, making some strides as a passer, guys.
To the paint, here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
High, arcing shot. Over to the wing. Here's Sumner. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And here are the 76ers now. Count that bucket.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And Indiana shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
If you allow Kyle O'Quinn that kind of positioning, turn the lights out.
It's picked off. High post shot. The shot comes out. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Well, terrific instincts. Amir Johnson feeling out the defense, slices them apart with his passing ability.
Indiana's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. O'Quinn finds Holiday, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And again, Philadelphia turns it over.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Tobias Harris is checked in for the 76ers. McDermott's checked in for Indiana. And it's the Pacers ball. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Had the space there, but it's offline. To the middle. Hangs in the air, and Simmons with the nice bucket inside. Simmons got 6 here in this quarter.
This guy's such a physical player. Even when you put contact on Jonathan Simmons, he keeps his momentum and focus.
Now Holiday out left to the wing. Here's Sumner. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Yes, that goes in.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Boy, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Harris drives in. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Milton, nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points.
Here's Sumner. The rebound by Johnson.
Boy, a kick-out's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
Wasted no time on that one.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go, that's their philosophy.
Here's McDermott after the Sixers pick up 2. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Here's Simmons. Buries it down low. Simmons got 8 points here in this quarter. Indiana's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. And Holiday kicks to McDermott. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Harris's shot is off.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that. Well, Doug McDermott has bounced around since entering the league. He's been productive everywhere he's played to a certain extent, but he's looking to find that long-term home.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And with all the bouncing around, it's been hard for McDermott to get settled.
Right, we know this about Doug McDermott. The guy's a strong outside shooter, and that shooting should always find him in the rotation. This guy has got to grow as an all-around scorer.
And Indiana making a change here. Joseph's checked in. And McDermott drops them both.
I think I like the skill set of Doug McDermott. He's a phenomenal shooter, and he's got tremendous range.
Here's Simmons. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
The Pacers shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Joseph, the pass to McDermott. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, the respect you have to have for McDermott's jump shot opens up that drive for the easy opportunity.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the 76ers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And on the season, this is going to be their 3rd win in 4 games against this team.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Ben Simmons.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells, and anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
You know, but at this level, almost any guy can throw it down on you if you leave him wide open.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Kept alive. Johnson can't hit.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Here's Ennis. And it falls over the rim and in.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
Nice shot by McDermott.
Well, McDermott is working on that interior game because he has size and touch.
And so the timeout by Brett Brown here. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
You know, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Scott, and that one's on target from the wing. Pass to Sumner. He kicks to O'Quinn. That 3 off the mark. Here's Scott. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, how confident are you that you guys can build on this win and keep the momentum going?
Very confident. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. If we play together, play hard, we can win.
I know you'll like to keep that going as we go on in the season. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.